not cut it out. Okie dokie. So let's see when the others are arriving. There should maybe be more people from Discord joining us, perhaps. It was Devin said yesterday he is working today, but he might join us a little bit halfway through or something on the phone, just to jump in. And I don't know if the others are still joining us today. Okay. So the meeting today, I think key is, first of all, it's always good to have a catch up with Tetikasa Ala, because we have had endless meetings and it feels a bit like I think we have to force Elliot to have more meetings with us, just so he feels the same pain. No. But yeah, there are a few things here today that I think we have to discuss, but it is to a large degree actually checking where the progress is from your end in Madagascar. So we are hearing a little bit more from the ground, if you like, from the ground level impacts. I already mentioned that it would be good. So donations, I've just checked. We have donated so far, or we have transferred 7,726 ADA into the wallets. And I think we have the first transactions now in June as well, but basically that's where we are at the moment. It's not too bad. But of course, ADA is still worth very little at the moment, but it should be enough to keep you guys running easily. And if you don't have to spend it yet, and I'm hoping, Elliot, it will become much more worth following the Vassal hard fork. Which, I mean, clearly right now, I would say, I don't know what you think about it, Cardano is pushing against Bitcoin. So while Bitcoin, Ethereum all dunks, and it looks like ADA tries to make a push for the top, but it's still fighting against, I guess, much larger brothers. But it looks like.
But you have to compare this with the bear market we are in right now, and just because we are in a bear market right now, and this push is pretty unusual for like cryptocurrency right now. So there's a lot of tokens pushing against Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Cardano is the most promising in my opinion. So I don't know. We will see. The next bull run will be massive.
Yeah. But this could last for like a year or more still.
Yeah,
to be
true.
honest.
Yeah, true.
Because of that bear market.
The next bull run could start in a year. It could start like in 2 months, but it can start in a year or even 2.
Yeah, but it looks like a little bit. I mean, I feel like it's really bottoming out at 50 cents. I mean, I'm really keeping my fingers crossed there. It's not going any further down. Obviously, Bitcoin went further down. I mean, really low. But
people say 10K Bitcoin or 12K Bitcoin is possible. When we see this, there's definitely not 50 cent possible.
It would be good for the environment, but it will be tough. It will be very tough because everything will be dragged down. But it probably is the first sign for people to switching over to ADA. I mean, where else would they go?
Yeah,
seriously.
There's a lot of switching that's happening. A lot of people are moving out of Ethereum and Bitcoin into Cardano. So it's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's good news. So, Elliot, just be aware there's the Vassal hard fork at the end of this month, which is the 27th, I think. Is it the 27th? And so that will be, I mean, you're probably aware of it now. I mean, you're probably better educated on Cardano than we are after we brought you in, right?
Not yet, but we're trying. So I'm following this very closely.
Yeah.
So I'm watching. As well when we are withdrawing money, we're watching the currency. So we're watching like we hope that the 50 cents we're gonna last. So it's gonna be like I think right now it's the good like momentum for all the project, because we are like getting used to the 50 cents rate. So I think like this we can keep going on, and we've made some adjustment this month in order to maintain the rhythm of the project that we made on May. But I'm gonna explain it like during this call.
Yeah.
As well, I've got some ADA I want to stack, so so I'm gonna I want to stake, so I'm gonna speak to you guys after this call, I think. Okay. All right. All right. So
right.
which subject do you want to begin with?
Well, as I said, I think just financial things are always good to just get out of the way. So the one thing, because for the website, that would be good for us to have, if you can send us the May donations receipt.
Oh,
We talked about it before, but you haven't sent it through. So I think it's something that will go well on the website when we're launching it. So that, I mean, it shouldn't be too complicated, but if you just make it nice and pretty, because it will be on the website. And if ideally, if there's anything on there that you don't want on it, just let us know before we're sharing it.
All right, it's I think it's currently ready, so I think I can send it this week. I was waiting for one of my partner to make it through, so I can share it right now if you want.
Well, if you just share it in the Telegram group, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's just to remember doing it.
All right. All right. So financially right now in May we've doing great. We're doing pretty good. So first for this month we have like spent we have spent on April, on beginning of April and May, we have spent like 104 on 1,409 ADA. Gonna share it. Do you want me to share it on the screen or?
Yeah, if you want.
Or is it not okay for you?
As long as there's nothing sensitive on there that you don't want to. I mean,
no.
I won't share it widely, but you know, just be aware if it's recorded.
Okay.
That you don't have your private keys or something hanging around.
No.
Okay. Good.
Where is the screen sharing?
It should be on the bottom somewhere. Share screen. Big bottom button. Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now this is the table we are currently like for the following up of the different ADA and the use of the money. So right now in investment in April, you sent us like 2,819 ADA. We used like 1,409 ADA in order to begin the project with, like in order to see what is the minimum and what is the minimum we need to use in order to make our activities that I'm going to detail furthermore in the call net in the next minutes. So now in this whole period, like at the end, we have like a rest of 1,410 ADA at the end of April. So in May, we're engaging with all the donations like 2,935 ADA. Total disbursement like in order to use like more than in April, 1,800, because like the rate of ADA is bottom is diminishing, so we need to use a little more in order to maintain the activities. And I've discussed in the Telegram group during the month, we're gonna put some of the ADA in the other project in Ambuimanga in order to keep the minimum there and keep the production going. So it's a minimum of 300 ADA as well. So right now, like we have a rest of 2,545 ADA, which is gonna use like a reserve in order to also to lower the risks of lowering the rate of the ADA, and if the donation is lowering during the next month as well. So we're thinking all about it in order to maintain like a minimum. And we're gonna see through the April to July or August if what is the how to say the middle ground of the project in order to rise the budget again in September, October, November, and December. So right now we're watching the minimum, and through this minimum we're seeing if the activities need to do more or need more money. So in order to push it in September, October, November, and December, when it is the raining season.
Yeah.
So right now, this is the first part of the management money. So right now, like in Madagascar, we are doing the withdrawal per day, because like we have restriction per day in withdrawal with Binance, with the Binance card, and which make us doing like a withdrawal every day during the week. Like Sarah is doing withdrawal every day during 1 week. So here we have the all the aspect of it. Like she's doing all of this per day. We're keeping the dates updated, and we making the price in RRI, MGA, and also the exchange rate in USD and exchange rate in ADA every day.
Okay.
So we're gonna share it with you on the Telegram in order for you to see how things going. So we're trying to do it again this month in order to keep things like rolling, and everything like so far is permitting us to spend. We're spending on like 2,955 for right now. We like what we're doing in order to keep everything on track and to keep all the receipts and so on, and to make the project like a little more, how to say it, more organized than in May. We are trying to have like a person in Madagascar in order to help Sarah getting the accounting on track. So in June, I think it's gonna be like a little more updated every day and every month in order for you to see it, how to say it, on day to day, updated day to day, or even week for week. So that's it for the withdrawals and the use of the ADA for now. For the moment, we have like a rest in the Euro and in the Eternal wallet. The name changed, so it became the Eternal. Good news, Brian. I succeed to use the Eternal wallet now and not the Euro anymore.
Awesome.
So I
Yeah.
don't know what was the problem last time, but I think it's like something on the ledger that I didn't do. So
No,
it's okay. It's faster.
Yeah, it wasn't anything you could have done. It was a problem with Eternal. They just hadn't updated for the latest ledger release. So yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I see. So that's why it's faster now. So I'm using the what was his name again before? Don't remember anymore, but it's the Eternal now is it's working pretty fine.
Yeah.
So right now we're doing all the withdrawals, and the technicians are right now in Maran Mafana and organizing things for the month of June. So if you guys have, do you have some questions about the finances? And for the receipt, we're preparing it right now and gonna share it on the Telegram for May this week. It's finished, so I'm just gonna send the link and or the document on it, and with the details you asked last month.
Yeah, I mean, all we need is, I think all we need to check is that the sums in our accounting sheet and your accounting sheet are kind of the same.
All right.
At the end, I mean, it's good if you have a full breakdown, and you need to have good accounting yourself, and it's great that we know how you're doing it. So that's fantastic. But at the end, that's also, you know, a part of how you want to do it.
All right.
As long as we all, you know, get the impact on the ground.
All right.
So basically you just continue doing that. I'll just quickly share you my screen on the accounting goals for us. If you can stop sharing.
All right, I'm gonna just stop it. I'm coming back to this. How do I stop the sharing?
There should be a stop on top, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So if I share just the, is that sharing? Which screen is that sharing now?
Yes.
Can you see the Excel sheet?
I see the desktop.
All right. Where's the wrong screen here? Oh, maybe just share. So that's our accounting sheet. So you should be able to see. So this is what we think we transferred if everything is sort of equal. We got 2,800 ADA in 11 ADA in April, 3,135 in May. So that should be adding up to your numbers, I think, that you have.
Just let me
I
check.
think there is a little error here, actually. That is not your fault. That is because basically Vio here from ARM1, he has transferred his cash actually in June. And but he because he was late, he just added it into the April.
Oh, that's the difference.
So
Okay.
that's 200 difference, I think. And
Yep.
we ask you to add, Devin also transferred on the 1st of June, but we specifically added him because that was just 1 day late. But if people are donating, I mean, literally, we have the transaction informations. We know when people transferred it. So I will ask people not to move their, if they're donating, they should add it into that month rather than retrospectively.
Okay, because there's a little difference between what we got in May and what you got in May. So I think it's the 200, it's 200 and maybe different. So
I think
because I didn't see the Armada
like 2,900 or something, and that should be that.
Yes.
2009. And not everyone has kind of donated that month either. So we're still missing EcoPool and so forth. So there are going to be some things that come later, maybe in June, or also when we're launching, hopefully more pools.
Oh, it's okay.
So at the moment, we should have a good amount in both months, and we already have 1,700 at least. Depends on how you count it. If we put Vio's donation into June, actually, but I don't know if he will also again donate in June now. I don't know exactly. So that will end up that we are already now at close to 2,000 ADA, which should be about at $1,000 that you needed in general.
So for the ARM1, so Armada 1, I'm just gonna move the donation in June to the accounting in May. That's it, huh? So because it's the difference we have between our two files. Because like I moved the Devin one on May, but I didn't move the Armada one on May too.
Yeah,
so,
unfortunately he's not here. I don't know exactly why he put it there. Either he just by accident put it into the wrong month, or he actually no, he actually put down it he put it down as transferred on the 5th of June, but he put it into this field, which then automatically shows up. I don't know. I have to talk with him. I don't know if he wants to donate. I mean, he should be also donating in June because he hadn't gotten any in May. So I don't know.
All right. So
just leave it as it is. Just leave it with the ones it is, and if he wants to donate twice in June, that's fine. We can have that as well. Just leave it with Devin's last transfer, basically on the 1st of June. That are the May donations.
All right.
I think it could be that these are his collected rewards for May, and it's a 20% donation, and that's from May, but he finished it at the beginning of June for May, maybe.
Yeah, you mean your donation here? Are you talking about yours, or are you talking about?
No, about Armada.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it should be. I mean, honestly, I mean, 200 is probably the lower end. That should be about 20%. So I would expect that if you're making blocks to donate at least 200. So yeah. But let's just let's get on with it. But I think that's where we are at the moment, and obviously a lot of the donations this month will still come through. So we should be okay, I think, with going forward. And we are going to launch this month. So then it doesn't really matter if everything is fully correct before that. But if we can sort out our accounting in detail, but again, it will always be something that if you have 15 or maybe 20 or 30 pools, that not everyone can do the donations always in time. So it's good to have that kind of contingency in general. So don't splash out the big bucks yet, Elliot. I mean, just stick to your good budget. Hopefully we will accumulate more and more cash, and then we can discuss about if you want to spend more, because we rather want it long term than spending it all at once.
All right, but that's why we like keeping like the reserve each month in order to keep things going in the next, even if the donation is diminishing or else, or is there some late donation? Could you just tell me in Telegram when you can, like when there's some donation coming in June, but it is counting for May, please?
No,
Because
we
like,
won't do any. No, let's not do that. It's simply,
okay.
People shouldn't have to move things into May. I mean, it's just
All right.
about that month.
Okay.
People should just learn to transfer the money in the month, and
okay, all right.
because we have transaction IDs there for
All
that
right.
month, it's really
All right.
stupid to have to move it around then.
All right.
So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just want it. It's a bit, it's just kind of trying to figure it out between 13, 15 or 15 people. So it's just a bit tricky sometimes. Okay, so that's the donations.
Okay, it's fine.
Just to say also, I mean, we have, of course, for everyone here, we have a long-term goal of maybe getting to $300,000. But we don't know exactly how quickly we're getting there, or if we're getting there at all in total, but that's for the whole 3 years of funding. Our initial goal is $54,000, which is for Randomafana, which is what we approximately calculated for that. Of course,
for 3 hectares and 6.
That is based on $3 a plant.
Yep.
And it's just an estimate, but that's just kind of an initial goal that we are aiming for in the next 6 months at least, and hopefully we're going beyond it. Yep. But also obviously with the ADA price right now, that means we have to kind of get to 100,000 ADA, which is a lot of ADA to get to. So it's important to keep that in mind with the ADA price, keeping things a little bit, making things a little bit more difficult.
All right.
So don't forget to apply to your French funding and all of these things, use this kind of boost that we are providing to continue applying for other funding sources, because who knows if crypto completely crashes or whatever,
All right. Yeah.
We can only try our best.
Let's hope not, but let's hope not. But I think like right now it's okay, because like we are like trying to confirm the trend of the spending we need on each month. So for now we reaching like the 1,400 ADA, but it's becoming like 1,800 ADA. So I think that the trend is it's trending between like 100 and 400 and 100 and 800. Or if things go very, very wrong in the crypto market or else, or in Madagascar, I don't know. I think it's like the maximum we're gonna be 2,000. Let's hope it's not gonna be more than that and less than that.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
But for now, I think it's fine.
The last financial thing I want to make, just remembered it, or maybe not last from my end, is since we're talking about wallets, is we have already discussed this, but for direct donations, we would like you to get another wallet. And
all right.
Ideally, and I know that can take a while, if you maybe, I don't know how you're getting it around.
I already have another one.
Okay, right. Yeah. So that's good, because that's sorted then, because we will get to it. We are not yet there quite yet. It will be after the launch to the SPOs, but what we need a separate wallet just so it's easier to track direct donations. So what we will advocate is we have our donations from the pools, but we will also open up for people to directly donate to you. But it should be a different wallet, because we need to track direct donations and they should be separate from our donations.
All right. So there's 2 types of donations, like a personal donation from people and donations from SPO. That's yes. Right. Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Yeah. Because we don't want to limit ourselves, because we will not achieve the $300,000 with SPO donations. We can tell you that already. Well, maybe in 3 years, but that's not the plan for doing it for 3 years from an SPO perspective. Right. At least not to fund the whole project. We hope we can do it earlier. But the idea is that we are funding the basics, and the more pools we're getting in, the closer we get to the goals. But 300,000 was not, you bulldozed us over a little bit with this, because we originally thought this would cost only $100,000, right? Or something like that. And then you made it 3 times more expensive. So that's, just keep that in mind. But we are not losing the focus. The point is we can do only so much, because we can only donate 20% or 30% of our, whatever the pool wants to donate.
All right.
And if we get 50 pools, maybe we're getting quite far, but still we are limited. We are not going to get easily to 300,000, except if ADA goes to $3, which it was before. So, you know,
Yes.
Let's hope we can get there. I think 100,000 ADA may be possible with lots of pools and so forth, but it's a tough goal. So let's see.
All right, but this tough goal is like the 300,000 for 3 years. So I think like we've like 1,100, we know 100,000, we can do a great job too. But it's not that bad. So I think like I'm not worried or anything else, because things are going and are going on track. I see like that I feel in the spending, like we're trying to very like control everything in order to not do extra spending or else. But I think right now we're keeping like a good trend. So I think in the more, because like what we do done with the 300,000, it's like an estimation. But with the work on the field, it's refining and finding and more. And so
Yeah.
I think like it's a good goal,
just
but I'm not
get,
worried
yeah.
as much. I don't have so much worries as well.
If you get some good donors, you know, the point is we will hopefully have quite a large reach, and there might be some people, you know, who have the spare cash and, you know, want to help you guys, you know, but it's just as important for you as for us, is that, you know, if you can show what you're doing, and that's with this meetings as well, and what the progress is, and then hopefully in a few months' time, if you can show some real impact, then you might be able to attract some other donors as well, you know, that directly donate things. You know, all of this should come together, I believe, in the long run. So there's a lot of opportunities here, and there's a lot of people who could help. But of course, the bear market generally doesn't lend itself to large things, but hopefully that will change. And if we keep going, we will definitely keep going until Christmas or so. At least that's what we already see that we have to get to 6 months, and that's always a good time. Hopefully there's some good cash coming in, and maybe people want to donate at that time. That will be a good push at the end of the year. But we have a lot of buy-in, so let's just talk a little bit about progress on the ground. And again, don't forget, this is our first month in principle that we have a full progress report, so don't get us too stressed about it, but we just have to think about what you guys got, what we can communicate, how we communicate it at the end with the team, and then also how we can involve you in that. So if you want to maybe talk us through the progress. I mean, we got your progress report online, but if you maybe want to share it on the screen, or if you have additional pictures, again, we always love pictures, you know, then please just go ahead and talk us through it. That would be great.
All right. So in terms of progress, like like I showed on the dashboard, like in May, I don't want to share my screen. Talk. What you've done in May. So in May, like we have the journey in Tana Ran Mafana in order to begin the first visit and the first establishment of the work. We have the technical diagnosis and shootings of shootings, like when you say shooting, like shooting photos in order to see the site. Like the quiet drone has been received. We've made like some tests on the ground in order to have some pictures and so on. I have already the videos with me, so I'm gonna send it on the Telegram group as well this week. So what I was waiting, like in order to keep everything together, in order for us as well to do some tweets and some posts on Instagram and Twitter. So this month, like at the arrival of Ran Mafana, as you can see in the dashboard, like we keep everything like on day to day. So we have the visit of the Vangima file, like the site is called Vangima, specifically. So we meet with the families on the site, family with the site, in order to speak with them about the project, what we want to do, what we're trying to achieve on the field, and with the explanations on the site, identification of the workers which gonna work with us, the families which gonna help on the long term. And in order to work on the 2 continuous hills with secondary vegetations, like as we can see on the pictures I've shown on the Telegram, we can see it on the next page of the dashboard. But we have here some details about the hills. Like we can see, like we have native forest on some part, but it's a very little part of the forest, and what we're trying to do is like in this month of May is try to get some endemic plants in order to revive the whole ecosystem, in order to push the forest again, on the endemic forest again. On another part of the hill, we put some the holes and the locations of the fruit trees, in order to keep everything, like in order to put the nourishing forest and the trees on it. Like we develop some terraces. Terraces are the lands that we put in order to put some plants or legumes or vegetables, fruits, endemic trees on it. So in short, in May we are doing a lot of management of the field and on the ground, in order to revive it again, regenerate the soil, and in order to organize it, in order to put the plants afterwards. We cleared like some runway in order to do some maneuver of the drone, in order to keep some pictures on during these months. And we're meeting with potential partners, such as an association called local associations called AGR, which is an association which how to say it, like teach some techniques about the plant species, some plant species on the ground, in order for us to use it on the field, especially on 4 plant species like Calophyllum. It's funny, there's a plant called the Cryptocarya. Yeah, it's a funny name. The Cryptocarya, Ocotia, and Dilobia. It's all endemic plants of Madagascar. And it's funny, like if you want, or if Devin wants some plants, you can do some on the Cryptocarya one. It's gonna be funny for the month.
Maybe that's a good logo plant. Could we use that? Does it look good?
Yes, I think I don't know especially what it look like, but because like it's common, it's look like this.
Okay. Well, it's nice enough.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, we could have a project plant. Why not?
Yeah, it's a forest plant of Madagascar, so it's called the Cryptocarya.
Cool.
So what we want to do is like send some pictures of the plants and so on, in order to keep doing the NFTs you want to do on your part. And with these meetings, we have a visit of the nursery of AGR associations of guides of Radmafana. It's some guides of guides which are doing like some tour on the forest, and which make the visits of plants and animals in there. So this collaboration, we're gonna start with some donation of plants with the 4 species, supervision of setting up of nursery, which we are doing right now on the site. And the terms are not yet defined, so we need to define it with them, because like we need to do some how to say contractual papers and so on, in order to put things on track and on good terms.
Sorry, can I stop you just a second? I'd like to also, when you're talking us through things, I'd like to ask you if you can provide a little bit more background on it and the stages. Because again, if we're recording it, also people might want a little bit more background, so you don't have to race through it, because don't forget, we are not necessarily permaculture experts.
All right.
So we have looked through these, but it's important that if you're stepping through it and you're explaining it, that you can kind of show us a little bit of where that fits. And ideally, actually, maybe next time as well, if you have the plan, you have the pictures there, but also the plan for the site, if you can start with that. And because you send us a plan, and so where is that in the plan that we are working on now? So basically you have a bit of a top-down view on what's happening. Sorry, I don't want to really disturb you on things, but it's just not important to get all the details at the moment, but it's important for us to grasp where we are in the bigger picture.
All right. It's all right. Let's just try and find it.
If you don't find it, but just for the next time, it's good to.
Okay, so here it is. Just for the background, like for the people who are watching us, I'm just gonna do it like this. Yep. What's the plan is like on the time scale? On the time scale, we are right now in
Show them the
April
picture
and
first.
May.
Show the picture first of the site, and then you got that in the next slide, so people get an idea what it looks like, and then you go to the plan, maybe just so you start from the beginning. Okay.
So in terms of mapping, like we have like 3 areas on the site. like the areas 1, areas 2, and areas 3. On the areas 1, we have the food forest zone where we're gonna put the terraces, where we're gonna put the fruit trees, the vegetables, and also the endemic one. Like, in order to understand what we're gonna do, what we are gonna do, like permaculture and agroforestry is the combinations of several plants in order to for the plants in order to cooperate and help each other to grow. Like, what you're gonna do is like put the bigger trees on the side of the site or on the side of the terraces in order to, because like they are big trees and very long one, so it's gonna put some shadow. And on the ground we're gonna put like the little ones, which are we have to put the shadow trees, which are the great one, regeneration plants on the ground, and some fruit trees between, because the fruit trees are more how to say it, like, or shorter, and on the ground, next to the ground, we're gonna put the vegetables.
And can I ask, with regards to the shade trees, sorry, I'm just stopping you again, but in terms of shade trees, you know, if you think about Britain or something like that, what you don't want is shade trees, because you want the light coming in. But I assume in this culture and this climate, you want the shade trees to protect it from the direct sunlight. Is that correct?
Yes, it's very like specific, because like plants need some, how to say, like, need some sun, but not too much. And the way trees organize is in a way, in the nature in general, is in a way that all the sun is coming in without like pressuring the little plants. But like, it's nourishing in terms of lights, but it's not too much in order to burn the plants.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what we don't want for the vegetables and the fruit trees, or the little plants for the regeneration one, is for them to be burned by the sun. Because right now, as we can see with the climate changes and so on, the sun is burning like very like harder than before, and the plants are also like impacted by it. So the shade trees have some specifics and some parameters that can help them like support the lights and the temperature, and in order to protect as well the little ones.
Yeah. Okay. And just to be clear also for the listeners as well, is because they might expect, you know, a completely deforested area that we are starting out with. But just to make sure that this side here, Ranamafana, is basically our seed side that will provide, you know, trees for other sites in the future. And it's not having an endemic forest, as far as I understand, right?
Yes,
except of some of the areas which you use as, so that number 2 endemic forest. But the rest, like where you're planting the food forest, etc., that is going to have to be weeded and prepared. And so basically, it's not like a natural endemic forest there, right? That's kind of important to point out. And also the tree nursery, there's nothing there at the moment, right?
Yes, the thing is like, this site was like was burned by the what you call the culture sur brûlis, which is that the technique used by the farmers before in order to plant more, like they burning in order to plant on it, and it's destroying the soil. And they've done it like for more years before, and let it die on during like I think 5 years. So during those 5 years, like, there's some bad weeds who are growing, and those bad weeds are not like are not good in order to plant like what we want to do to plants, like the fruit trees and the vegetable. So for the moment, like, we have like an hybrid vegetation, which is like a little bit of endemic one with the big trees we can see here. But there's the little trees like here on the side and on the inside. But on the ground, it's how to say it, like, in majority it's bad weeds. So what we have to do in order to make the project working and make everything working, we need to how to say it, to prepare the soil without like damaging it. So in order to prepare in it, we prepare in the management. We put in some regeneration plants in order to help the soil grow again, and in order to have some more, like, how to say, in a scientific way, the soil right now is very acid in terms of pH, and with the regeneration plant, we're making more basic.
Yeah. Okay. Would
Yeah,
you be
and in
able
terms,
to showcase that? Because that's, I mean, that's really interesting to talk about it, but is it for you possible if you, for our, reporting, to take a couple of close-up pictures to just show that the soil quality may be a bit bad or something? I mean, you might have already have that. I'm just asking. So because any of these points would be good to just capture, and you want to write a little story about all of them, because for people who just look at that, you can't see any of this, from here.
yep.
So if there's anything detailed, soil quality, for example, if we can show this in any way, and hopefully, just show people that this is bad soil and this is good soil, for example, so people can learn something by participating in the project.
All right.
You don't have to do that
So,
now. Sorry, that's just
all right.
something going forward.
All right.
So going forward, if we can capture that, because before you're fixing it all, that we have that kind of initial state and can show, okay, this is how it was in the beginning. The soil was like that. It was all burned or whatever. And
All right.
And in the future, next year or something like that, we have some decent soil, and you see your plants growing, etc. It's
All
just
right.
to
All right.
create that story. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
So,
Don't worry, don't worry. I think like if you're doing like more meeting as well, like we can prepare some kind of how to say, to show, to cast some pictures and some examples of what we're doing. Like I have a good example of a bite soil. Bite soil is this one, as you can see here. Like it's a little red, a little yellow. So it's one that is very like destroyed. And before, like, and this one is very like recent. So what we're trying to do is like we are sensibilize the farmers and the workers in order to stop right now what they're doing on this one, and to put the nursery there in order to keep the work on the zone 1 and zone 2, and use the zone 3 for the tree nursery, and work on it after we work on the 1 and 2.
So zone 3 is a nice area, right? In zone 3, you have a perfect little endemic forest, or is it?
On the zone, the perfect endemic forest is zone 2. As you can see, like the nature is doing pretty great, because like where we can see trees like this, like as we can see here, like there's a chance for trees to grow more endemic ones, because like they're already used to this one. So in this part, like what we are trying to do is like weeding a little bit around the trees and put the endemic ones, as we can see, the cryptocarya, the calophyllosum, and ocotea, and so on there, in order to make the endemic one grow more. And on in between, we're gonna also put the vegetables and the fruit trees as well. In zone 1, it's like the best example of what you can see here on zone 1 is a perfect example of bad weeds. Like it's like the a bad grass, like we're trying to how to say it, like to manage and to prepare in order to put some planting trees and vegetables. What we do on agroforestry and permaculture is like we profit from the, how to say it, the specificities of the soil we are already working on. So as we can see here, it's pretty green, which means that it's pretty humid, and things can grow like easier than in zone 3, because as you can see here in zone 3, it's like pretty like how to say, dry. And when it's dry like this, you have to put a lot another work on it in order to make it like easier. And as it is like a little plain, we can put the tree nurseries there and use it as a base in order to work on the first zones.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit? I mean, I know you can talk to the plan as well, but how do you go about creating the tree nursery? Not everyone knows how a tree nursery, works and what you need for it.
So for the tree nurseries, I'm gonna come back on the dashboard. For the tree nurseries, as you can see on the picture here, what we need to do is beginning some shadow, some shadow, how to say it in English. Put the word here.
Some shed.
Some shades, yes. We need to put some shades to begin in order to protect the little plants, as I said, like the sun is burning them if you don't put protection on them. So in order to put the shades, we're using the locals, the local, like local tree one, and all the grass we can put on we can take on the zone 1 and zone 2. What you do is doing the weeding and we are using these weeds in order to put the shades on the nursery. So nothing is thrown away. We're using everything in order to maximize the work on the site. As you can see on the picture here, like I can come back on the Telegram. Hop. So some example of the site right now. So as you can see, it's not a forest. It's like it's a little big area of bad weeds, which is not a forest at the beginning. So, up. All right. So, some terraces.
Also, just to clarify, sorry, because you're always scrolling over the rice fields, because we know that these are rice fields, but the people that are watching this, they might wonder what this is. So if you this is not our land actually, or this is not your land.
Yes.
But these are rice fields from the neighboring village, right?
Yep. This is the right field of the neighbors and on some part of the workers, which are working with us on the site.
Okay.
So our goal is to teach and train those people in agroforestry and permaculture in order for them to use them again on their rice fields.
Yeah.
Or on some part of the rice field, as you can see here, like there's already some good use of irrigation methods. So what we're trying to do is like use the knowledge of those people in terms of irrigations and train them as well on agroforestry in order for them to maximize what they're doing on their own field.
Yeah.
So
you think when our side up there is fully replanted, then there may be also more moisture to feed the rice fields, or maybe they can grow the rice without having the water fields.
I think I think the zone is like, as you can see, it's pretty tropical. So in terms of water, we are doing good there. So for the moment, like there's no problem of irrigations between the two sides, which is from the techniques we're using, the techniques on terraces, which permits to to well manage the water draining during the rain season. And in order not to jeopardize what they're doing on the rice field. So everything is thought in order to have some synergy between the two areas, like our own areas and the neighbors area, in order for everyone to be happy with their cultures, with their products, and with their techniques.
Okay.
We're not warming anyone's soil. In the contrary, what we're doing on the site is good help for them on the next of their work during the year. Because like as you can see, like right now they're doing some rice. There's no rice right now, so we are entering in the winter, which is the dry season in Madagascar, where there's no rain. So during this moment, in general, the farmers doesn't have work to do, and doesn't have some resources, some entry of revenues or so on. So it's a way for them during this period to work with us and to keep them like to have them like reach how to say it, like autosufficiency and to survive during the dry season.
So this project by itself basically helps now the farmers that can't do much during the dry season, and this, you are paying those farmers.
Yes.
Okay.
In order to put some more context, like we've like discussing it between us with you, Christian, Stefan, and Devin and Brian, because like as we were talking, like our goal in Tetikasa Ala is not only to reforest the areas we're working on, is also to help the communities around. So in order for them not to be warm during the dry season and period of drought, or if you are speaking of some zones in Alamanga or in the south of Madagascar, and also in order to protect the areas of we are reforesting, because when people are seeing that there's some good results, they are also more eager to protect the forest and not to burn them. So it's a good way for us as well to have the communities helping us and to keep them protecting the forest as well.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Let's go back to the plan, but I just wanted to have that in the video because I think that will all go very well as an introduction.
So for the plan, like I'm basically like finishing, because like right now what I'm gonna do is like showing some pictures in order to show what's the progress in terms of work on the field. Like right now, as you can see on the dashboard, we've done all the meeting with the communities, with the rice field farmers, and the associations of guides of Rana Mafana. The guides are very important, as you can see here. Oh, I can put it somewhere else. The guides up. Oh, I can advance somewhere else. No. Sorry. Up. There's a lot of pictures, but I'm gonna send them as well. As you can see, we took a lot of pictures of so the drone. Up. So right now we done all these people or the families around on the site, and doing like we beginning the training and the sensibilization of the people, awareness. We put in some more awareness for the people about the project and what we're gonna trying to do on the site, and how we can help them with the rice fields. Some pictures of the people there that are working there. We have Magali here, which is the site manager right now, and all the technicians and the farmers which are working on the moment. So right now, like this picture show the visits of the nursery specialists we are talking with, the AGR associations, the Association of Guides of Ran Mafana, whom are very important, because like when we have the guides with us, it's a way to put some more awareness for the people who are like further away from the site, and in order to have all the background about the soil and the forest in there, and all the plants we need for the nurseries, in order to not work on not to take a bad trajectory for the project, and in order to have everything prepared in order to put the work online as well.
Sorry, I think there might be some questions from the field here. So if people want to ask something, Tudor, please go ahead. I think it's an open discussion.
All right.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Tudor.
Hello.
See you.
Nice to meet you. I know everyone, but I came for Elliot. Hello, Elliot.
Hello.
You haven't met yet, right?
Nice to meet you.
But yeah, hello everyone. I was here only for the last 20 minutes, I think, and I've been carefully listening on how you talk about everything, because I'm not there to watch you for a couple of days, but by the details that you're going into and answering all these questions in this way, I understand that you are fully in the project, and this is your main thing. I don't know if you have time to have a wife, girlfriend, or a personal life.
No details, please. It's on record.
Honestly, I have work as well, so this is like it's not the side activities, but I'm doing apart from my work as well. So what you do is like doing it on passion for the most part, and as the subject is very interesting and the people very how to say it, interesting, and the project is thrilling, we are putting a lot of art on it.
Yeah, project management and dreams, goals.
Yes.
It's gonna take quite a few bits of time to finish this up, and I'm happy you started. This will be, I'm sure that together with all the supporters, this will be a success, and also an example for other projects in Madagascar and around the world.
Let's hope.
Yeah,
That's a good praise. Thank you, Tudor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's very helpful.
So I was brought in into the project or to the project for the NFT part, for funding, and I have a couple of questions, so I can kind of set my plan, or kind of trying to see the way that I agree that it's going to work out. And I'm looking for something to give to the supporters of the NFT project. And I was wondering if it's possible for people to come there for a week or so and to either help or just be as a tourist in that area and to be taken care of by you.
For the moment, like as the project is beginning, like we're trying to settle things up on the most part, but I think it's fully possible to visit. It's possible to visit, as we doing like some how to say it, like some session on the site. What you're trying to do as well on the project is like to put some training sessions about agroforestry and permaculture. So people, like, if they want, we have to organize it like a few months before in order to organize everything as well, because like it's the forest. So we need to put some organizations in order to host the people, trying to find some houses, some housings, and so on. So it's a little bit of organization, but I think it's fully possible. But perhaps in the end of the year, or in the beginning of 2023.
Okay, because I think that if people want to support this project, they might also get the benefit of being able to visit it. Of course,
yes.
It has to be in the kind of in the simplest way possible, or
All right.
So all of them in a week, for example. This week is for the tourists, for the big supporters that actually wanted to visit. Because if we're gonna put one person every week, then you will be busy all year.
yes. Like we can think this through, like a week, a climate neutral Cardano week, in order to visit the site, or for you as well, like for you guys as well. So
the other thing
the first
is,
one we
I
want on the field.
asked already, Elliot, if you remember, like a half year ago when we met first. So I'm definitely coming. I'm jumping on this plane or train or whatever drives to you.
All right.
Oh, Chris, you will have to buy the most rare NFTs in that case.
No. I can pay for my ticket.
Well, I think there are two things. There's one thing for the NFT, or for the price, as a price, right? For people to participate, but then there probably will be people that are interested in permaculture and actually would even stick around for, even in a tent somewhere and learn from you, or help you kind of moving things or discussing with the farmers on the ground. And
all right.
I think there's a lot of room for doing any of this.
Yep. I think we will need like another proper meeting about this subject specifically, because like we're gonna have to see how many people we can bring on the field, because it's pretty, like it's pretty far, so it's a lot of organizations. I think like 10 people is okay. But if you put like 100 people, like it's gonna be it's gonna be very hard.
Keep it simple.
So yeah, I think we can do another meeting in order to speak about the ecotourism, or the woofing port. Like I'm thinking about the woofing system, like where people can work with the farmers and so on the field, and being trained if they want as well. So yeah, it's a good possibility. I'm gonna speak about it with the team, and speak about you as well after that, in order to organize things well.
Yeah, the things that I'm looking for, if you're going to speak with the team and you're there, you know better what you can offer. Of course, if something will cost money, it's going to come from the NFT project anyway. So those all of those, I don't know exactly how CNC is. We didn't discuss money with the CNC, but usually a NFT project brings some money. And they would be definitely supported. But if you can think of what you can give to the community, it can be maybe group photos specifically for one person that won one of the prize, or it can be Madagascar souvenirs. That would be, I don't know, not too many, maybe 20 pieces that we, I don't know, you send them to London, and from here I send them to everyone who won. Tourism and learning trip to Madagascar, where for 1 week they would be hosted there, and like some learning sessions and relaxing sessions, or maybe work sessions could be done. If you come with some ideas, you know, it doesn't have to be something like usually in NFT projects people expect money, but this is a charitable project, so it has to be something symbolic, not something that costs a lot or costs you a lot of effort.
All right. Okay. Oh, so we're gonna think it through. Okay.
Yeah, we have time for that.
All right. Do you have a deadline or something?
Meeting about that.
All right.
That'd be better to have, but it sounds like it's possible. Because in all these stages, I think we should go forward. And from a climate change perspective, I'm always making this point. We have to think about how we can get there without causing too many emissions.
Yeah, we need to offset this.
How we are offsetting all of this in a very, very good way.
Yeah,
we can help you too with this trip, the organization of this trip, because we know some people who made how to say special voyage in Madagascar, and they can help us to do this. So we have people who can help in our side.
So so for us as well, because like we will need to prepare the site before the arrival of the people. So I think like we're gonna think this through and speak it with you on another meeting if you want, and put T2 on the call as well. I'm gonna speak with T2 as well in there, because the Ranma Fauna Forest have some injuries and lemurs. So I think it's kind of it's a good way to put everything like together. Okay. All right. So I'm keeping it in mind and speaking with the team, and we're gonna prepare some ideas and how we can do it in a proper way and a simple way.
All right. I mean, it would be really cool if you if we can have some education and teaching about the soil regeneration and how you crop the plants and all of this stuff, like doing a lecture out of it. By having a lecture out of it, that would be really cool. Not just visiting the site, get to know the project like really deep. That's something people would be really interested in, I think.
In how to say it, remotely or on the site?
No, on the site when we do this with.
Yes, of course.
I think remotely would be also a good idea in between. But Tudor, I will add you into the. We have a special Telegram group with Tetikasa Ala. I know you're rather on Discord, but for now, if we can add you there, and then maybe eventually Elliot and his crew will also migrate a little bit to Discord, but I don't know.
Yeah, we are okay to migrate to Discord. We're getting used to it a little more, so it's okay for us to move there.
On our page, I think.
No, Richard? I'm not on the Discord yet.
So just
that's a pretty good idea in general, to move to Discord now and share some stuff before we invite people to the Discord in regards of the ISPO. So we have something already written there. That would be good.
Yes, so we can work as well on separate channels. So it's great.
Have you already been, sorry to catch up then, have you been in touch with any one of us on Discord already?
Chris, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Chris, do you want to just add them then? And Richard is here. Richard is our our Discord moderator or administrator. So if he can give the right rights and maybe create a group as well, then Tudor can directly talk with them there as well.
Yeah, Elliot, can you just write me just something that I can, because I have so many people here.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna write to you on Discord after the call.
Yeah, direct message. Yeah,
Yes,
and I
yes.
send you the invite link.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually just sent
but-
the link to the Tetikasa Ala chat there.
Oh,
so
okay. Fair enough.
So as well, like I think we need to keep also the Telegram, because like Magali on the ground, it's pretty hard to access to Discord on the ground field, and Sarah and Magali, it's kind of difficult. They're gonna go on the Discord as well, but in order to have like this direct how to say it, communication, we need to keep we also need to keep the Telegram, if it's okay for you.
I mean, yes, fine, but you can also install a Discord application if that is too much of a hassle. I mean, we can stick to this, but having like on ground like kind of picture sharing directly to Discord would be much better.
Well, for the picture sharing, like I'm how to say it, like I can manage to put it on the Telegram and on the Discord like pretty how to say it, in the fast way. So I think both is okay. It's
Let's
okay
do
for us.
one by one.
It's only for Magali and Sarah, like it's really, they're not used to Discord, so
Yeah, it's fine.
so if we move right now to another platform, for me it's okay in order to speak with you guys, and to keep the work on different channel. I'm already used to it, and C2 as well, which is helping me as well on some part. But I think we have to keep both for the moment, in order to keep everything on the same rhythm for a moment. And when they are ready to move, I think it's gonna be okay to go on the Discord. But I can put the pictures on the Telegram and on the Discord. There's no problem for me.
Yeah, let's coordinate. Actually, if we do anything on Discord, let's just coordinate with Richard, so it's not a complete mess. And stick to the Telegram for now as a main communication platform, because it's not very crowded yet. And so we can then coordinate, so it's not everywhere duplicate, and we don't know which pictures are anywhere. Evan doesn't like, well, some of us also need to catch up on Discord, so let's remember that.
All right. All right. Do you have some other question for me?
Yes, if I may. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my project, so
all right.
see where I'm coming from. So we are an NFT project with some in real life missions added to it. We have mental health as in a real life mission, and next to it physical health, but this is kind of more expensive to work with because it takes time. So we're concentrated on mental health and also environment sustainability. These are the real life missions. There's a few more like coding, like NFTs and crypto, but I'm not going to talk about these in this session. And the mission related to environment sustainability, we have a character, beautiful lady. We call this character Proxies, and because they're making the connection between the people and the mission. And her name is Gaia, so it's a fictional character. It's not a person. And there is a group on our Discord that discusses environment and stuff like this. It is not very active because in the NFT world, people are more interested with tech, with trading crypto and NFTs, and those were the groups that we started off from the beginning. And now I'm getting to Gaia. It's already painful to see that it's not much action there. And I will be bringing more people into Gaia's channels, and the best way for us to have some good impact is to concentrate towards one single bigger project than trying to help a lot of projects with just a little bit. And I've already told the community about Tetikasa Ala, and the community reacted just great. And the idea of concentrating only on one project to help or to support was taken well. They agree, and our activity or the outputs, we sell some NFTs and some Gaia NFTs, and we get some money for that mission's budget. We're not using that money for ourselves. They are used only towards Gaia's mission. So they will be accumulated and used for some of the expenses of the NFT project. But also, if there is any specific need that you someday have, maybe you need a car, or maybe you need a super phone, or something, I don't know, computer, stuff that would make your life easier and would make
need a better drone. We will need a better drone eventually. Yeah, just to warn you.
Yeah, okay. So
okay.
Just let me know.
All right.
Sometimes we will be able to help. We will be able to just tell the community, like, in that project, there is need of a car. That car is, I don't know, $3,000. Here's the wallet, guys. Let's put everything together and help them buy the car.
All right.
Just this. And I see, I'm a spy here, and I see you have an Eternal wallet.
Yes.
Yes. I'd love to give you an NFT that is that particular Gaia character that whose mission brought us to you. Because you are fulfilling it. Yeah. So please connect to me on Discord. I think Richard or you can find me on the CNC Discord server. Give me a DM and I'll take the address from you so you can be part of the Hive. You'll be the most active person in the Hive, even without being on our Discord, actually doing the stuff. So I'm happy to have finally met you and to have seen how you speak. And yeah, let's do this together.
Thank you very much. It's very warming, because we are doing this work pretty hard since last year, and it's very warming for us to see people helping us during this year, because in the beginning of the year we are wondering how we're gonna keep going on, because things were pretty harsh in Madagascar and climate change and so forth. So seeing all of this support is very how to say it, is emotional for us. It's very emotional for us. So yeah, it's a pleasure to work with you, all of you, and we're gonna keep doing good things on the ground, especially, and good things for the people in Madagascar and for the forest there. So yeah, I'll keep I'll go on the Discord on the CNC Discord and speak with all of you, or what all your needs, and if you have some special needs, we're gonna keep you updated.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Also, Tudor, you might have missed that in the beginning. I mean, you can watch this back, but we have asked Elliot as well to set up a second wallet. So we will have two wallets. One is donations from the SPOs, and direct donations from any other supporters will go to the other wallet because it's easier to track. So just if you can set that up together, or just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'll take that information from Elliot, the addresses. Did you guys set up two wallets in CC Vault, right?
Yeah, just one on CC Vault for the moment. So we're gonna set up. I'm gonna set up the second one in order for the direct, the personal donations and things like the NFTs. And I'm just gonna think like, I don't know if I'm gonna put it on the first one or on the second one, but yeah, we're gonna set it up and we're gonna send the address to you.
Yeah, just saying, if somebody is proposing to use your Roy wallet, no need to do that. It hasn't been updated a long time ago. You can use the CC Vault to have more wallets there.
Yeah.
Each will have their passphrase and so on. Yeah, if you need any I don't know, technical advice from the community, in our community we have the Cyber Hive. This is the technical part of our project, and there's a lot of coders there and stuff, and people who understand blockchain. If you ever want to like look further into that,
Yes.
that would be a helpful place.
Yeah. Okay. But because I have a lot of questions, I'm interested in as well in this ecosystem. So I think I'm gonna speak to you guys a lot about it. Apart from Tetikasa Ala, because like I also have some Cardano to stake or so on. So it's okay. It's very fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very nice of you. All right. You guys have some questions or?
I think just continue a little bit with the story. I mean, we kind of got completely sidetracked. Maybe with the plan, just where we are with the plan of the site.
All right. So
and then the last thing to do is just to see what you have achieved. Just again, I mean, if you haven't mentioned it yet, go back to your notes, the report that we have, and just maybe finish off there.
All right.
You're doing
so
very well. Thank you. That's very good.
Thank you. So I'm a little bit stressed because like it's the first reporting, so I wasn't very sure about how we're gonna put it on well. But next time I think I see how things will go, and things will go with the presentation. So right now, like I've done the presentation of the plan and so on. So for this month, on May and June, we're gonna focus on the site 3 with the 3 nurseries and shadow house installations. As you can see on the pictures, and in the next part of the year, as you can see on the planning, here we are on the prepping side, like weeding, putting the holes for the plants, and putting the management for the terraces and so on. Preparing the nursery on site on areas 3, with installing the shadow houses, putting the fruits and then the mixed seeds. The cultures and planting the tree for shading and soil regeneration. I think we're gonna begin on June in order to put everything on track. And for the moment, like all the technicians and the engineers there, the technicians we're working on, and the farmers, we are preparing a management plan. The management plan, which is a detailed plan where we can see how much plant we're gonna put on which areas, how much tree plants, how much vegetables and so on on each zones. So right now we are working on it on June, and I think we're gonna be ready in the coming weeks or in the next reporting meetings to show those in details. So for now, we are in on this part, like preparation, putting the holes, preparation of the nursery, shadow houses, potting the trees. Potting the trees is putting the seeds or the plants in the little pots we can see on the pictures here. Here we can see we can call potting the trees, potting fruits and trees and plants. So put it on little pots like this. It's bamboo. How to say it? It's bamboo pots. So it's very it's eco-friendly and doesn't harm the soil or anything else. It's not plastics or something else. Especially with the shadow houses and so on, we use the seeds, the bad weeds we take in on the zones, and some bamboo trees and bamboo plants in order to put the shadow houses. So everything is eco-friendly. There's no plastics or something on the sites, and we're trying to everything in order to keep things unpolluted as possible. So that's it for the plan. For now, I'm gonna come back on the dashboard if you have if you have some, if you don't have some questions.
Just make sure with regards to the plan, I'd like to see on the plan a few more bullet points on the photography. So you have, because for us really photos or movies are the kind of key way of, bringing this alive. You have those pictures there, but basically in order to show progress, you want to have for each of these stages, if you have a weeding stage, you may want to do sometimes, a day when you start in the morning, you take a picture, and then at the end of the day or the next day, you're taking a picture, so we can show about the progress a little bit, Just keep that in mind. I mean, so we have these easier stories to tell, and also a little description of what you did there, that we can actually then post, and we can have Twitter threads off, or we can put a blog post on the website, basically.
All right, so I think like what you're gonna do on the dashboard is that we're gonna keep things on this like this on this format for you guys. Like here we can see some descriptions, like beginning of works of nurseries, beginning on the 25th of May. Like here the work on the nursery with the people of the around Mafan and Vangima on the Vangima site. It's a training session as well for the people. So here we can see they put in like everything in places on the site areas free. And especially on May, that's the biggest part of the work, like preparing these shadow houses and preparations of the potting of the trees. Here we have the installation of the shades of the nursery. We prepared the shades with the bamboo, how to say it, the bamboo. To say it in English. I don't remember, like the bamboo trunk.
Bamboo sheets?
The bamboo sheets, yes, the bamboo sheets, and using like another trees, which is the sisal, in order to put the shadow houses on the top. But it's a little bit part of artisanal things as well, because people there are used to some artisanal things as well. So it's a way to use the knowledge of the people as well on the ground. Here is the result of the work they are doing during the week. Like it's going showing like this, and we're gonna have like for the moment we have achieved like we've done like 6 shadow houses and 6 nursery shadow houses in order to put in there like some 400 and more pots for the site. The fruit potting, you're gonna begin on this month, so we're gonna provide a lot more pictures in order to show you how things going. We're thinking also for the communication part and for the reporting part, in order to be very transparent, to put the pictures as we're doing on Twitter right now, like putting some descriptions and putting the photos, in order to make a thread of like a big timeline of what we're doing on the moment, and we're trying to do it on the dashboard as well. And I'm also thinking of a way to put it in a more beautiful way or more graphic way for you guys, in order to see the pictures in a better way and have some better description. I think
I mean, if you don't have already capacity to do it, remember, we have actually people in the team that are very, very good at that. I mean, Lauren, for example, from Hodler, there are actually designers.
Okay.
And, so if you have the pictures and you want to tell a little story, then maybe rather than bringing 10 stories that focus on 1 or 2, make a good story out of it. And then we share it with Lauren and with our journalists as well. And we write a little good story about it. And you just have a meeting with them and you explain them everything, and they can kind of put something together.
All right. Okay. It's very good, because like what we're trying to do is like a way also. Well, I want to talk to you guys about a thing like how to coordinate our communication in order for Ala to keep communicating on this part, and you guys to communicate on your part as well. So in order not to have the same pictures on the same post or something, so I'm gonna speak to Lauren about it, and maybe put someone on my team to speak with her in terms of design and identity, graphic identity.
What we already mentioned is that you guys need a website, and we will help you to do it, because that is where that information would ideally go.
All right. Yes. Okay. We are preparing a website right now, but it's a Google site, but it's pretty simple. but I think it's someone working on it. And what we lack for the moment is like people who knows to do website, a very good one, in order to put a very good story. And maybe what I was thinking is like a way to keep track of all the data on the website in order to have the information in, how to say it, updated in day to day. Like when we are planning something, we add it on. Like what we Very3 is doing is very great, I think, in terms of metadata and so on. So if you can have a system like this, can be very great.
Can I just quickly, I will quickly show you our new website, because that will go online this week, hopefully, but I'll show you now, and then you can see the style. That is what Lauren created together with our old site. So if you can stop sharing, I show you that, and maybe something similar could be done with your, stories.
All right. That's perfect.
So this is
very nice.
So this is the new CNC website. The old one hasn't been updated for a while now, but we have rebuilt it. And basically you got a story about us here, but basically you have our main projects, which the CNC Ala project is our main project. And we have basically put the stuff that we have shared already with you in terms of brochure on the website. The stories behind there, the problems that we are solving, the program you're doing, but it's very, very limited in terms of detail, right?
Okay.
So we don't have at the moment any section where we're putting all these pictures. And we were discussing either we create one on our website, but much better would be as an NGO, you should have your own website. And,
all right.
and if we can help you create something similar, this is a WordPress website.
Yes.
Then maybe we can just integrate and have a similar design or whatever, or we can adjust it. And there's lots of people who can help you.
All right. Okay.
And
so yeah. Okay. We are preparing one at the moment. I'm gonna speak with the people, with the person which is working on it right now, and I think she can meet with Lauren and me in order to speak about it more. Okay. Okay. All right. That's very nice. I think the time is flying because but my problem is I need to leave soon.
That is all right, because the video shouldn't be very long. And if we continue as usual, it usually takes 3 hours. So it's good to have a deadline sometimes.
Okay.
I think we covered most of the things. So if you have any points you want to mention, need from us.
Yes, I think especially on the meetings, if you guys want to have us on meetings or so on, I think we maybe need to speak with us 1 week or 2 weeks before, in order to have Sarah or Magali organizing their evenings, because as Sarah as a little boy, a little baby, she needs to put him on sleep to sleep during the evening. So we need a little bit of organization in order for us to be there during all those meetings.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can work on a doodle or something like that, if you want, to put some dates. And that's especially it, especially if we have a more subject like the NFT ones, the tourism one, and the design one, and the other ledger. So I think at the end I think we're gonna have a lot of meetings going on in the next months. It's okay, because it's the life of a project. But I think in order for us to be available on the right time, and when you guys are all free, maybe putting a doodle on the Discord, or share some agendas, or I don't know. But
I think there's two things you can have specific. We have the same issues. We have 3 or 4 meetings every week, and they have to fit in somewhere. But in terms of if you want to have specific meetings about a specific projects, not everyone has to be there all the time. You can also reset some of the timescales. I mean, here in these general meetings, we're trying to capture more time zones. But if we are if you want to organize something, you have specific questions, we don't need everyone there all the time.
All right.
We just have a meeting, on that, and it could be a bit earlier or whatever,
All right.
Whenever. So just make a suggestion, and And if someone then wants to organize it, you're right, if we have a week in advance, we usually should be able to make that.
All right.
To focus it on it. So you
right.
don't always have to feel like joining the evening meetings, but because there's a lot of Cardano specific stuff that we have to go through, that may not always have to be, that's maybe not always relevant to you.
All right.
But yeah, so I think that should be possible.
Okay.
So at the moment we have meetings about various aspects, obviously about the launch. The one important thing here to remember for you is that we are launching this website very likely, if we're not finding any other reasons, this week. And that is now the first stage where we want to onboard more stake pool operators.
All right.
So this will not yet be the official launch, where we are launching the tokens as well. That will be the official ISPO, as they call it, initial stake pool offering. That will be in a month's time.
All right.
So on these events, especially in a month's time, we will probably create and have an event. We might have a Twitter space, and we might have other things going on to create that hype. So we need to pre-plan that maybe a month in advance. So you and maybe people that you're working with, not everyone has to be there, but is ready and can participate. And then we can also have people asking questions, and we can have a good conversations.
All right.
And for that, we need good pictures and all of these things, but it probably requires at least a month to prepare a meeting like that.
All right. Okay.
So just keep that in mind. And individually, we do our meetings, just put them into the Telegram group. And if you have a project specific title, what we need to discuss, and then we can do focused discussions rather than 2 or 3 hours discussions.
Okay. Like focused workshops and so on. Okay. Yeah. Okay, all right. It's good for me. And all right, just send us like when the site is ready, if you want us to share as well, so we can share it on our social networks, and for the people of the followers of Ala also to see what we're doing and what we're doing with you guys. For another question is like for your spaces on Twitter, like do you have like some kind of calendar or a day where we
used to
do?
I think at the moment we used to have a program for it. We did it every 2 weeks, but because there were so many meetings, we just were falling short of time. And also people need to focus on what story is each Twitter space about. So we might actually have to pick this back up when the ISPO runs, and then people can join the Twitter spaces and ask questions. So maybe we can do that every month once, again with the reporting schedule. I think the idea is that you report to us first, and we'll have a look how we deal with things, and then we organize in parallel sort of public events where either like this on Zoom or on Twitter Spaces, which are probably the best 2 platforms. And maybe you can also, hopefully in time we'll have a couple of new people already in it. We may be able to do some videos and stuff to create some individual stories.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay.
That may be good to do online. Actually, it might be good to do things like individual interviews. We have Stoic Pool, for example, in our group. We have other video makers, so we might just organize creating a good video of you guys, to talk about what we're doing and what you're doing, and introduce our pools, and then also introduce you guys, and have that online so people don't have to come to the meetings, but they know what's going on.
All right. Okay.
So yeah.
But
we get in touch. We get you in touch with Lauren. Lauren is key, because it would be good if you could find out how quickly we could sort out the website. If you can do that sooner, that would be great. And Lauren is incredibly effective, as she has, and you too, Brian. Obviously, sorry, I'm leaving you out, but
that's okay.
Brian and Lauren have really done a lot on this. So yeah, we can just assign that, and then it gets done, because it needs to get done in the next month.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. I keep you updated. Like it's kind of barely. It's almost finished on our part. So if there's some little details from Lauren on our side as well, it's okay for us to speed things up as well. Okay. So okay, that's all for me. If you guys, that's enough over question for me.
Any other question from the group?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
Yes,
it's very nice to meet some people like interested in environment like you guys, and It's keep us motivated.
There are many, many more out there, and we just have to reach them out and tell a bit of story, and then they will be flooding in here, surely.
Right. Let's do this.
Good.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
So I will share this
So-
video later on. I'll probably put it on YouTube actually, because I don't think there's anything that we have to hide in there, and we are close to launch now anyway. So people can watch it back. It's a bit long, but if people are really interested, I think this is a fantastic one. And the people that couldn't join us today, they may want to watch this back. So, and also Tudor, I think you wanted to share this with your group as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Right. I will stop recording here. Thank you for everyone. And I see you next time.
See you next time, guys.